All right, welcome back to Cooper Stadium here on the campus of UMS-Wright Preparatory School. Todd Morris with you on the Bulldog Radio Network. It's time to sit down with UMS-Wright head football coach Terry Curtis for our weekly pregame interview. And, Coach, I guess we got to talk about it a little bit, but let's go into last week's loss at Baker. 13-0 was the final score, but I don't know. It could have been worse, could have been different. I don't know. I'm going to let you kind of go through if there was any highlights now that you've seen the film a little bit.
Well, if it could have been anything, it probably been worse. They made a bunch of mistakes they kept converting a lot of them, but they made enough mistakes where they didn't score and had to kick 2 field goals. A lot of people call it missed tackles, arm tackling, missed assignments. What I saw in the game was soft. I just didn't think we played very tough, and that has to do with tackling. You got to tackle tough. You got to stick your shoulder in there. To tackle somebody, you can't do it with your arms.
Right.
If you're blocking, you block till the play's over. You don't go and block somebody and think you've done your job for half a second. And that's what I saw with a bunch of that by a lot of people. So. We've narrowed it down a little bit this week. We're going to be tougher one way or the other, whether it's play calling or how we do stuff. But we've got to get more physical, and we've got to get on people. We've got to stay on people, and it was a good week, a tough week at UMS-Wright.
Any thoughts on the weather? Did it have anything to do with it in your mind?
Well,
last week?
you can always, that's an excuse. I know we've played at their place. I don't know about their field house, but I'm sure they had a lot more room. We was in the gym, then we had to get on the bus and go to the weight room, and water was everywhere and stand in, and we didn't handle it very well. But that can't be an excuse.
Right.
They played in the same. The field was fine. I was actually amazed at how much rain we got in a short period of time, and that and you saw it. It wasn't people slipping or anything else out there. So, that's not going to be an excuse other than to tell you we didn't handle it well. You could tell. We sitting there with all the time we had, and you hear our ninth grade football players, our young guys, talking about the ride to the stadium, the escort. No, I mean, they were in awe of that. And about 10 or 12 of them, I heard that's all they were talking about. Man, how about that ride here? Man, that's something, which, it was just, I don't know.
It is what it is, right?
On and on, and when you do, you start like you're making excuses.
Yeah.
We didn't play hard. Now, let me just tell you, Baker's probably a little better.
Yeah.
They were bigger than us. They had athletes, and they did a good job of getting those athletes the ball.
Yep.
So, hopefully they had a lot to do with us not playing very well.
Yeah, so the old saying goes that your team improves the most between games 1 and 2. So what's the emphasis this week? We're still early in the season. So what are we looking at for this week?
Well, the quarterback's got to get the ball out quicker. We've got to tackle better. We've got to. I thought we were step slow a lot all night. I didn't think our linebackers played well. They wasn't stepping up. They missed a lot of tackles, and our line. I thought Holden Herron played well. He was probably the only one. Thought we overran some plays. Thought we played kind of backed off in the secondary. We're sitting there. Mm-hmm. They run the ball down our throat, and our safety's playing 20 yards deep, and some of that stuff. But it was a lot of the first game,
right?
And hopefully they're going to be better this week, because I'm sure Mobile Christian's going to have a bunch of athletes running around, just probably as many as Baker had.
Yeah. Basically, we talked about it last week. It was the first game of the season against Baker. Mobile Christian hasn't played. What are we expecting from them? Ronnie Cottrell, what is his 7th season now at Mobile Christian? What do we think we're going to see from Mobile Christian?
Well, they played a jamboree game. We got the jamboree film, but it was hard to see a whole lot off of it because of who they were playing and what they were doing. But we kind of got an idea of their personnel and who they do have playing or who we think is going to be playing. But they've got a new defensive coordinator again, so they played pretty much base. So you know they've got a lot more. You don't really know anything about him, so it'd really be a lot like last week.
Yeah.
You know, we're kind of waiting to get a film on somebody. You know, and from what I hear, the game next week with LaFleur, I don't think they play this week either. So all you're going to have is that game against Williamson. You know, the first week with them. So sooner or later it'll catch up. But you know, we got to play better, smarter, a little more intensity, and those kind of things.
Any injuries or changes we're looking at personnel-wise this week?
I don't think anybody that we're expecting to play a whole lot will miss, and really didn't have any injuries last week. Yep. We had a couple guys operate on last week from the fall training, Harris Cooper and Sam Lenz. So they're on the way to recovery. Everything went well, but the ones that'll miss this week won't have anything to do with who we expect them to play.
All right. Well, game 2 coming up. Hopefully we're just getting better. That's all we're looking for, right? Just get better here each week.
Don't use the word hopefully, Todd.
We need to.
Word, we better.
We better get better.
We better get better.
There
it's going to be a long year.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us. We appreciate your time each and every week, and good luck. And the first of 3 straight home games for UMS-Wright starts tonight with Mobile Christian. We'll have the opening kickoff when we come back. UMS-Wright versus Mobile Christian right here on the Bulldog Radio Network, Sports Talk 99.5 Mobile, an iHeart radio station.